announcement. We are open to have private sessions. I am opening new dates on my schedule. We have a brand new automated booking system. No more long waits for confirming the booking. That's right, everyone. Automated booking system is here. Go to andrewbartzis.com and look forward to seeing you in a private session.
I would like to welcome you all to join me on the July the 13th and 14th for a psychic surgery transformational workshop with myself, Dale Tobin. Are you ready to elevate your spiritual journey with psychic surgery? Some of the practice will include sending treatments forwards and backwards in time alongside working with trauma, ancestral balancing and meeting your psychic surgery team of ancestors, how to read energy and learn the reading skills of a session, psychic surgery treatments on others, how to learn the grounding skills of being an energy healer. This workshop is available for practitioners, or even if you're not a practitioner and just want to learn to heal yourself with new techniques. To book your space, head over to daletobin.com. You can also pay in 2 parts. And if you wish to try out psychic surgery sessions, I am offering a discount on sessions leading up to the workshop, so you can experience it first for yourself. I look forward to seeing you on the unique journey. Thank you.
Dale, I forgot to introduce my show totem.
Oh.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Oh.
Never mind. We are having some internet difficulties here, guys. Because I just went.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. Dale.
He wants you to introduce.
Still looking for his microphone. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Talking Stick show this Tuesday. I'm very pleased to welcome co-host here. We've got Dale, who is somewhere in the ethers there. We've got Amy Kruzic from
Hello,
UCA.
everyone.
Hi, Amy.
Can you hear me?
Hello, everyone. Yes.
No, cannot hear you, Dale.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
I've got some internet now. Sorry about that. My internet dropped. Literally, as soon as the show started, my internet dropped. So, yeah, hello, I'm here.
Great. And we've got Andrew Bartzis again with us. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Yeah, good. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're doing good.
Good.
So what we got on tonight, Dale?
So we have for you all a live call-in show. So what's going to happen is we're going to paste a link in the chat, and you have the opportunity to get to speak to us, get a reading. So the invitation is in the chat now. So yeah, how are we doing, guys? Here we are, July the 2nd. How is everyone doing? Amy, what's new with you?
Oh, what's new?
What's new? What's new?
What is new with
What's going
Amy? Well, we have a trip coming. A trip. Oh my gosh, it's a trip for me, but a trip. We're flying. We have an event coming up, guys, in
Yes.
Oregon. So we are working behind the scenes with that. That is happening in October 26th. There we go. Thank you, Joel. Yes, that is what's happening. We are working
Okay.
on
What can they expect from that, Amy? What are we doing there?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we will be doing the Living the Mystical Life daily, and this is the number 3. So it'll be new material and pretty much new people, huh? Because you guys have never been. Yeah, Laura has. Sorry, but anyway, so we're going to do that, and we're going to do then the ambisonic sound with the Lucia light, and that's going to go. I think that's going to spread over a couple days. Like a lot of in-depth healing going on with that.
Yep, very in-depth healing.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll last for a while, right, Andrew? It's going to last a while and change things within your DNA. Yeah. So, plus we got some other stuff that are little surprises, don't we, guys?
We do?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that was an affirmation. As opposed to a revocation.
We do. We have surprises.
Laura will be doing the redo revocation.
Yes.
You know, that you'll just have to come and experience with us. These surprises.
Yeah, be a great time for them to come and not
And
just
meet
with
the
Living
team.
the Mystical Life Daily, but
Yeah.
you'll be doing Living the Mystical Life Daily before we do we show you some of the combined healing stuff, or I know we'll weave into it, which will be a wonderful combination because, when we use the Lucia light, we use a lot of Living the Mystical Life Daily material, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really, really good combo. And that's why it's called combined healing, because we put many of these modalities together and you'll be able to see them.
Yes.
And the sonic 4D sound.
Yes. And you can go to the QR code at the top left corner of the screen and scan that for all the information about the event.
Yes.
And I'm just excited to meet everybody. We see these names, that pop up, and it's like, oh my goodness, to see people in the flesh again. That's nice.
In the flesh, yeah.
In the flesh. I don't know what else to call it.
Making memories as well. Like making new memories, like we were looking over Scotland from last year, and that's just memories.
One year ago today, we were getting to our first crappy hotel. Remember them arguing outside the window? Those Scottish people arguing outside the window, Laura?
in Inverness. Yeah, it's lovely because everybody on the WhatsApp, everybody who came, is still in contact, which is fabulous. We'll have to do another one, Andrew, sometime. There's still people asking because they missed it. And it was really, really unique and quite a very special time. Maybe a Living the Mystical Life Daily bus tour.
All that's in the plan and the works. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The challenge of doing all this is you generally got to plan nearly a year ahead of time to make it work.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But I like what Dale said about building memories. Like, what
Yeah.
did you do inside? Like, really, and journaling about it, right? Because we don't always remember them, but when they're impactful, like this event coming up, it kind of like sticks with you.
That's right.
Where does it stick? What's happening? The chemical changes in your body, right? The brain,
Yes.
You're
everything.
making new memories,
Yeah.
new neural pathways, connecting to
Far
old
through.
friends and new family, new spirit family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I do love
So
that.
there we go.
There we
So
go.
we've got some callers in. So firstly, we will bring on Talia to a second. Hello, Talia.
Can you hear me?
Are you there?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Or is this better?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I just kind of recently found you guys,
Yeah.
so
Where are you calling
I'm
from?
not too familiar with everything. I just started looking. Oh, or I'm in Oregon.
Oh,
Oh wow. Are you?
Yeah.
Oregon. Wow.
Brilliant.
Where in Oregon are you?
Well, right this moment I'm in Eugene, but I'm usually somewhere between Portland and Eugene.
Okay.
So yeah, let me think of the
Part of it.
question I want to share or ask. So basically, there's a lot of questions. I've kind of hit a wall with my healing, like self-healing, and I can sort of think of like logical reasons behind it, but I haven't been able to find my own solutions unless I really go outside of things. But then once I go really outside of things, it's almost like, well, that's just not possible. It's not sustainable. And then I kind of go back into like my limited self. So I don't know if that makes any sense. I've just haven't figured out a way around it yet. And so I don't know. Maybe I'm not clear enough
So
in what I'm
when you say you
trying to
try things,
ask.
you go outside of yourself. When do you talking about doing inner work? Like, what are you talking about when you're trying to do healing?
Yeah, like say like I'll travel outside of town and it will like deliberately be to like relax my nervous system and just not be in my head all the time. And then I'll either get a lot of solutions and I'm like, okay, this will take X amount of years to implement, and I don't know, it's like a huge gap that I won't be able. It's like I'll have the clarity and I'm like, okay, that's a huge plan. How am I going to get from A
Yeah,
to
but
Z? And then yeah.
that's actually an argument for your limitations.
Oh,
One of
okay.
the
So
things that
believing in
we
the
face
gap.
that I'll never be able to do that type of energy is an argument for the limitation to never begin. And that's
Okay.
signifying that what you actually have to confront is the argument for limitation first. If it does take a long time, then fine. I have to be committed to the journey, and you've got to be
Okay.
able to counter the frequencies. Do you have people who ever do body work on you?
I used to go to like a chiropractor, and what I find happens is it will last for about 5 minutes afterwards, and then I go back to stiffness.
Are you a
Like
short?
really
Are you a
quickly.
short? Are you a short petite person?
I'm 5'2", 5'3", somewhere in there.
You're
So
short.
I'm
You're
like
short. You're short.
115. Yeah.
You're short and petite. Let me be blunt for a second. How many meals a week do you skip?
Quite a few. I have always struggled with like eating on time, eating enough, because I don't digest it very well.
As long as you are not gaining a diet and truly confronting yourself with the argument for limitations, you're going to go nowhere in your healing.
Okay,
Like
that's
when
good
I'm
to
looking
know.
at your energy, your liver has like black spots on it, which means you probably skip at least half the monthly meals you need to have, and that means you are at starvation level.
Oh,
And you're
interesting.
anemic.
Okay.
You're anemic. You're actually anemic, meaning you don't have enough iron to produce blood cells, which means you're constantly in a state of forever depression.
Interesting. I mean, I
Because
eat
you don't
protein
eat.
every day, but
You don't eat enough because you skip your meals. You got to look at it as a period of a month, not day to day to day.
Okay, so
And you need to have sufficient food for 6 straight weeks, and the 6 weeks after that, and the 6 weeks after, and the 6 weeks after that, for it to actually make a difference in your greater growth, mentally, emotionally, and physically.
okay, so my question is, usually when I do eat sufficiently, it'll be fine for a little bit. Like I'll be able to think clearly and feel clearly, but then I'll
Huh?
get like I won't be able to digest it, get sick later.
Nope, that's
Um,
your program's talking and not allowing you to do it because you don't actually get the type of exercise that creates peristalsis in your intestinal tract. Peristalsis is what it takes to
oh,
digest your food, and then because you also don't drink enough water, you're highly acidic. So you
okay,
have a
okay.
you have a series of programs that are setting you up for failure before you even start.
That makes sense. Yes, because my first thought was, do I have people around me that are stressing me out, that are preventing me from doing X, Y,
No,
Z?
that's externalizing the issues that are internal within you, meaning you're not
Okay,
wanting to confront the issue is you, and the issue is you, and the issue is you, and you're going to
okay,
externalize it for as long as you can until you face you.
okay. So I do need to eat more. So when you say exercise, because I walk every day, but do you mean more like impact, like really high intensity for shorter bursts kind of thing,
Nope.
or
See, now you're showing you're the person of extremes. You only
okay,
know extremes. You don't know intermediary. So
okay,
you need to do a combination of cardio and muscle building, which is actual like weight training.
okay. All right. That makes
You
sense.
need
That
to be able to
was
you need to be able to build muscle and then eat enough food that so when you don't eat food, the first thing the body does is eat your muscle. And right now, because you've eaten so much muscle, all it's doing is eating your core muscles. And that's also why you can't create peristalsis and digest food.
okay.
Your core, the muscles around your intestinal tract, have withered away to almost nothing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Which is going to create back problems and all sorts of other things, hip dysplasia, etc.
Yeah, I started to get some scoliosis a while back, so that makes sense. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
wow, okay. That gives me a lot to work on then. Okay. Thank you.
So here's the recipe for success wellness for you. You have to literally record every meal that you eat and see, are you counting 40 grams of protein a day for 6 straight weeks.
Okay.
You have to see how many meals you truly skip, and if you end up skipping meals because you're having digestive issues, you have to journal about it. What is the real issue about me digesting today? What you're going to discover is you have an emotional rejection of food. Okay,
Mm,
you get
okay.
out of the acidic nature you're in, meaning you need food, you need water, and you need core exercise rebuild, and then you got to begin the journey of challenging yourself to know what your arguments for limitations are, and then create arguments for success.
Okay.
First
So I have
part
to
of
start with the body first, basically.
well, your body won't go much further if you don't take care of it.
Okay. Um, so yeah, I can
The
already see
brain
my mind
fog, the
limiting
brain
me.
fog, the brain fog that you're having and the over talking brain, that's from an acidic body with too many programs running.
Okay. And is that the cause of things like people have told me I have ADHD and stuff? Is that the cause of that kind of thing?
No, you've created ADHD to externalize all the pain and suffering you're going through internally.
Okay. That makes sense. Because I've
Were you
known that,
abused? Were you
yeah.
abused as a kid?
I uh, I'll say yes, but I've rationalized all the forgiveness and all that kind of stuff. So,
All of
um,
this is related to that.
okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
How do you think I know all of this?
Well, obviously, because you read the records and all that, that's how I found you.
Mhm.
But
I
yeah,
hear
you've
it in
done
your
your own
I hear
work.
it in your
So,
I hear it in your voice.
oh, okay.
And there's an image. There's a light based image that shows a code of what's wrong with you. And just like I
Wow.
knew you were a short and petite person, just like I knew all this stuff. If you don't counter the food issue, life is going to be a hell of a challenge for you. If you
Yeah, it
don't
already
conquer the
has.
water issue, the food and water issue, life is going to be a challenge for you. Once you get
Okay.
sufficient food and water for long enough, the inner work will become easier. What you're
Okay.
going to face is the abuse that you went through in the early forms of forgiveness. There's still a stored energy in you. The
Yeah.
biggest bang for spending money on yourself as a healing will be a process called rolfing. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, isn't that it's like an intense type of
Deep
massage or
tissue.
something?
Yeah, deep
Yeah.
tissue.
Okay.
Well, it's
Okay.
going to target the areas that are storing the actual abuse energy as electrical frequency. Okay. They
Okay.
generally want to do what's called a 10 series. You're probably going to need 2 10 series. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay.
If you are able to, in the next 10 weeks, successfully change your food, do the Ralphing, at the end of that 10 weeks, you will be a different human being. And there will be a light at the end of the tunnel for you and a new journey.
Okay. That gives me something
Laura,
to
Amy,
focus
Dale, do
on.
you guys want to add anything?
Well, I was just going to bring up about there's a lot of adrenal
Some
based
sort of like prayer.
reaction. Sorry, is there a time delay here? Sorry.
Yeah, there is. You go, Laura. I'll go.
Okay, so Andrew, when you're a lot in the adrenals, does that also make you acidic?
Well, adrenals are there because she doesn't have enough food or water, and the body has to go, 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 go. So, yes,
Right.
there's adrenal gland burnout. And
Yeah,
adrenal
that's
gland
what.
burnout is what creates the talky mind.
Yeah, and then what I'm seeing, Talia, is that also brings up this great amount of self-doubt, and there's no sort of patience with you in some ways related to this. It's like an instant gratification thing. So when it doesn't turn out, then you're like, oh, this doesn't work. There's limitations in this. You're not seeing long term into the future. So I'm just picking up on that give up
She's a
energy.
giver. She's a giver upper.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was just going to suggest a couple of things that just to slow you down on that. And one is a real basic, just a meditation every day. And also in your plan, it's, we do live in a limitless universe. Things are available to us. So maybe the plan is just too big at the moment for where you are, and maybe just looking at some more baby steps. And then when you achieve something in whatever plan it is you've got going, then that's a victory, and that the energy from that victory is going to shore you up for the next step that you want to take. So it's sort of slowing yourself down, especially the heart meditations and so on, to get you out of that adrenal based reactions.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Can you hear me all right? Do I sound all right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. The internet's gone all weird, but yeah. So adding to that would be you allowing joy and happiness to be part of your life. It's like you've kind of let go of joy and happiness and being in the moment and enjoying it. So it would be a great idea to start doing internal prayer, external prayer, where you're saying out loud, "I'm accepting joy and happiness today. I'm allowing myself to place love into my food. I'm changing this day from the old days and creating a new day." Some sort of prayer ritual or writing you create to get you out of where you're at. And all of that stuff Andrew said about building yourself up, building your Kundalini up, eating, but allowing it to be fun as well. Start embracing fun. What's fun to you? And start allowing yourself to smile while you're doing it as well. And realizing sometimes it's like your serious frequency around you. And it's about you can actually create a different aura by allowing yourself to say the words, change the frequencies. Um, yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
That gives me something to focus on. So thank you so much. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
I want to ask you
I
one
have,
more
oh,
question. I
go
want to
ahead.
ask you another question. Do you still have
Yeah.
nightmares?
I do randomly. It's not consistent.
Um, do you remember them?
I write down some of them. Like I have a dream journal. Probably the last one I had was maybe a month ago. I don't know if I can recall it off the top of my
No,
head, but
you don't need to recall. It's something that's in your frequency and your aura, and it's something you've put yourself into.
okay.
This is a self-created hell realm in your dream
Okay.
space,
Not good.
and it comes from a state of depression you went through post-abuse, not understanding what was going on with you. And what Laura was
Yeah.
saying to you about little victories and what Dale was saying to you about the depression, you can begin part of a practice that adds happiness to your life. But what you're going to discover, the nightmares might come back and be more prevalent because you don't believe yourself worthy of healing and worthy of life. And it's an ongoing internal issue. Even though you want to live, the conscious aware you, there's a deep seated grain of, I'm not worthy for this place anymore. And you've got to learn to counter that with joy and happiness.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
I just had one question for you, Tully. Maybe to journal about. This just came to me. I wrote it down, but maybe write about how you distract yourself from spending time with yourself
Good
and
one.
caring for yourself. You don't have to answer it now, and maybe just journal about that, because you could go a long time writing that. And also another question came was, is life going the way you want it to go?
No, but it's significantly better than it was, say, 5-10 years ago. So I know that I am growing. I know there's so much more. So I do hit these little walls, and now that I know they're self-created, I just have to do this other work now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And can I just ask one more? I was just curious as to why in the beginning you said something about you drive to cool down your nervous system. Do you know why you do that, to relax it? Why you drive away?
Yeah, like I'm on the spectrum, so I'm like noises and people and stuff, which I can accept on a conscious level. It's just like, yeah, this is human life, but I did have a really hard time relaxing. Like I've tried everything around people to relax.
That's because you're
Um,
acidic and overactive, and you've been that way for so long. Your body doesn't know a normal state,
okay, yeah, see
and
that makes sense.
you've reached a hypersensitivity moment that everyone is like, you can smell the mouse fart next door. That's how tuned up
Yeah,
you are.
yep.
Okay.
Okay. That gives
Just
me some
yeah.
hope because I thought it wasn't changeable.
Oh
No, it is.
no. Yes.
So when I told you about food before, it's not about changing your diet, it's about recording your meals and being
Okay.
extremely disciplined about it. And it's not really about calories, it's about protein.
Okay.
So generally a woman is 30 to 40 grams of protein a day. You are going to have terrible troubles with that. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have terrible troubles with it. And all of those are self-created issues. All of the indigestion, it's all self-created. If you start doing actual weight training, where you're learning to build core muscles and individual muscles, combined with an actual aerobic workout where you get your heart rate up for over 30 minutes, you will begin to have an appetite again. You may want to
Okay.
consider cannabis for an appetite process during this journey.
Okay.
Okay, don't get addicted to it. You just need it for the appetite enhancing and allows you to settle food.
Okay. That's good to know. That makes a lot of sense.
And
Okay.
like I said before, the biggest bang for your dollar spent on healing is going to be rolfing where you're at right now.
Okay. Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. I'll let you guys get to the next people. I don't know.
Yeah, call in again and tell us how
Yeah.
things are going in a couple months.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you,
Tully.
Tully.
Thank you,
Thank
Tully.
Thanks for
you.
calling in.
All right. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
Bye now. Bye bye.
Thanks, Tommy.
So we're gonna have on next. We'll bring on Tara. Hello, Tara. Are you there?
Hello. How are you,
Tara.
everybody?
Hey, Tara.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from South Africa. I have been on once before. I don't know if you guys remember me.
Of course, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have I have a million questions as always, but one of the main issues that I've really been struggling with is I've been like cultivating a daily practice. I've been doing like Can you hear me?
Oh,
So I was
couldn't
just
hear you.
wondering, like, I got a lot of information from the last caller, because those were quite a few of the questions that I had that I'm also still struggling with. But so I've been cultivating this daily practice, doing meditations, doing some, but I am still struggling so much with like learning to trust myself. So I was kind of just wondering, like, I feel also like the last caller was just saying, like, I keep hitting this brick wall, and so I've been doing like hypnosis. I've been doing what's that rapid that EMDR, like trying to go deeper into like resolving some of the old trauma. I did a one of Dale's course thingies, and that really helped me a lot. So like I make use of that quite frequently, but I still, yeah, I just keep hitting this brick wall every single time. So I was wondering if you guys had any advice for me.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
Were you born in South Africa?
Yes, I was born in Cape.
Um, the walls that you are hitting, similar to the other caller, are all self-created. You don't value yourself worthy to go beyond the wall. And there's a deep emotional trauma that happened when you were quite young that gave you this devaluing process, dehumanization process. And until you confront you are
Yeah.
worthy and make that a long time mantra that truly means something to you, these walls are going to get thicker and thicker.
Do you have any
Daily
suggestions
practice
of
will
how I
help.
could do that?
Well, daily practice helps you
Mm-hmm.
pick away at the wall one brick at a time. Okay, but in your mind, you want to take the whole wall down in one try. There is no one technique will take the wall down at one time, and it's going to require commitment,
Okay.
courage, neither of which are mystical. They're all choices you have to make every day, and you got to stop giving up on yourself because you are worthy. And until you develop worthiness with commitment and courage behind it, these obstacles are only going to get stronger and harder. Okay? You
Okay.
have a daily practice. Now you have to commit to you're worthy of it.
Yes. Okay. So
Okay? What happened to
something
you?
interesting is that oh, I have a very long history of sexual abuse. I think I did go into this
You,
in the last time I called in. So a lot of abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse. I grew up in a very toxic family. Um,
mhm.
I've kind of got no contact with most of them, and not physically abusive relationship for 4 years now. I do have,
Mhm. I remember.
yeah, I have a very of abuse. So, and that has been like working on, not something that goes away.
Well, it starts with valuing and self worth. You got to do the self worth work with the commitment and courage to back it up.
Do you have much time for yourself, Tara? Like away from the kids at all? Do you get any time for yourself?
I have been taking the time for myself. I think it makes sense with the unworthiness thing that I generally have not wanted to take time, because I've always, like, even when I do take an hour, I have such guilt. Everyone else needs me, and I think people too need me, so
Well,
that I don't have myself.
Because
Yeah,
when you
sorry.
take that, when you actually have that time for yourself, you're not actually giving yourself time because you're still interlinked with all your children, still thinking about them and so on. So it would be a great idea for you to actually. So are you in? So what type of setup is it? Have you got availability for people to look after the kids while you go away for a day or go away for a few hours?
Technically, I am supposed to away from the kids at this very moment in time. I took 2 weeks and gave them to their father, and then I'm with the baby who's with his grandmother and his father at the moment. I am on my own right. Really nice to call in because I have been because I also started this thing, Authentic Woman, and using some of these things that I've been using to help other people specific, which is also really deeper into healing. But my this fear, this self, or the feeling of worth that's been coming up for me is consistency, any of the things.
Do you find
Tara,
it in
what
your journey that?
Sorry.
Do you find it in your journey that you give up sometimes, Tara, and stop doing the practice?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like I was listening, I was like, oh my gosh, I give up daily and then I get up again because I
Yes, that's what I'm.
literally don't have a choice. But yeah, cultivating resilience, just trying to not give up.
Tara, what do you do for fun? What have you got that's away from spirituality?
What's that? She's,
What's that?
what's that? You got a sense of humor, Tara.
That's a t-shirt. That.
Yeah. Where you just laugh.
This is so funny because
Something where you just laugh. What makes you laugh? What do you do that's fun?
so I don't anymore. I used to do art and things, but I find that because I am like the breadwinner in my family, it's been a lot more difficult to justify taking spiritual time and then taking, you know, just chill time. I've been actually getting that message a lot that like a lot of my healing lies in playing again. And I honestly have no idea how to play because like Andrew was saying, I was about 6 years old when I started going through the abuse. So I didn't actually have the opportunity to be a child. So I don't know what play looks like. Trying to get into it with the kids, but there's always this. Sorry?
You haven't been in the sandbox. So what I'm saying is maybe you need to swap some of the spiritual time just to get the fun time. Because that is also spiritual, but without an agenda. Just to enjoy yourself, to laugh and play and relax, and that will start to bring back some of the trust for yourself. So
I want to add something here. So we regularly talk about stick up people's arses. You have a stump up your arse. Okay?
Oh, I know.
You're so serious. It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow into a giant tree. Okay, and get branches all over the inside of you. You're doing too much spiritual work without the successes from the spiritual work because of the worthiness issues. You're not worthy enough to play. You're not worthy enough to be an innocent child. The only spiritual work you should be doing now is worth value and worth energy. And you are worthy enough to take a day off. You are worthy enough to sleep in. You are worthy enough to cry today. You are worthy enough to mourn the loss of your childhood. You are worthy enough to have a fun day. And you got to make those a series of mantras that you repeat daily.
Okay.
The other inner work, you got to stop.
do
You got
have
to stop doing it.
Okay. I'm way too serious.
Yes,
31-year-old.
that's why it's a
I
stump
have
and
one.
not a stick.
I've been having a lot
Yeah, because you're
a
having
few
panic
weeks
attacks.
ago.
It's because you're having panic attacks. And if you're reaching the stage you're having chest-based pain
Is
and
there
panic
anything?
attacks, you have a rock and a hard place ahead of you. Okay? You won't take time off for yourself, but you need to de-stress yourself. You need to value your worth. Is me living and these children having a mother valuable to me, to you? And if you want those children to have a mother, you need to take care of yourself. That's what the choice ahead of you.
Yeah.
You want to be a healthy mother and you want to be a mother and watch those children grow
So,
old? Take care of yourself.
like just physically?
Well, just like we said before,
In
you don't
terms of
take time
like
off. You don't do anything for
health-wise?
yourself. Yeah.
When was the
Well,
last
it
time you had
starts
body
with
work?
time off,
Sorry?
Tara,
disconnection, happy time.
when was the last time you had any work done on your body at all?
I think I had a massage like 2 years ago. A year ago. I think it's 2 years ago.
So that's something you're going to have to change
Yeah.
and start empowering yourself and actually booking sessions and getting someone to actually do body work on you to help release and relax you. And like it's like you're just full of stress and tension, and it's like you're always in this hyper state of anxiety. And it's about how you can get out of that hyper state of anxiety into a state of relaxation, and be like Andrew said. But yeah, be there for your kids when they're older. You've got to take this so seriously now and actually make those steps. Take time out, go see someone, go get help, go get someone to do some body work on you, some massage regularly. It's very, very important for you. Walk the talk and talk the walk.
The irony is this 2 weeks was supposed to be that, but instead of doing that, I found reasons to not go away. And so I got like a message. I feel like I've been communicating with, I don't know, my inner self. I call it my other Talia, the Talia that I really want to be one day, that tells me that I can be that one day. And I kind of got a similar message that I really need to go and take time for myself. And then I decided to do it. We came to Joburg, which is where my husband's mother lives. And then I was supposed to fly to Durban and go do the whole like spend time with myself. And then I just kept coming up with excuse after excuse as to why I couldn't. And now we're 2 weeks in and we're on our way home and I still feel exhausted, like I didn't actually rest. So I can definitely see
Because you didn't
that
rest.
that's a
You didn't
message.
rest.
No.
Because you didn't rest. And that's why you're having chest pains.
Well, a lot more than when I'm with the kids or the 4 other kids, but definitely not nearly enough because I was just, like I said, I keep finding people to pour in. I can myself work, but I'm telling myself I'm doing patients that I'm doing all of the trauma healing and stuff, that is me taking time off.
But that isn't taking time off. Your spiritual work is not taking time off. It's spiritual work. It's 2 separate things.
What would be your most ideal day if you could imagine it, Tara, without anything?
All I've wanted is a massage. I've been like yearning for a massage. My body is in so much pain. And I've been saying to myself, no, like I'm definitely going to do. Yeah, I don't actually even think I know how to sing. Because when I sit and do like, I know myself, like, can I productively, you know? So I definitely laughing and someone else.
So, Tara, you do marketing, don't you? That's like what the work you do. That's the
Yes,
type
that
of work you do.
I've
Yeah.
been doing for the past
So
couple
a
of
bit
years.
like marketing, you need to have a strategy now. Like you do in marketing, you have to have a strategy for yourself and actually write down what that strategy is, what you're going to be doing next week, the following week after. Because I think if you don't write it down, you're not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to have to hold yourself accountable for doing it now. Because it's getting that serious that if you don't do it, you're going to end up quite ill. And I think the last call we had with the same similar situation. So it's about you now making that strategy, the plan, and sticking to it. Like, what are you doing on Monday for yourself? What are you going to do on Tuesday for yourself? And actually go see someone away from everyone, just you and the practitioner, and allow them to help you and heal you and work with your body and release some of the stress you've had. You're going to feel so much better when you regularly actually go for body releases. You're going to be like, holy shit, why haven't I done this? Why the fuck haven't I done this? And all of that trauma you experienced as well in the body will be released. All of that trauma you had will be released as well when you regularly go. Like rolfing, myofascial release.
So I do have one more question, and I think that it's got something to do with what you guys are talking about. So I've been learning a lot about your mind and how you interact with reality and everything. And I've always had like giant blocks in my abundance, or my ability to into my life. So it causes, like, it just feeds into this loop, of never having enough time, never having enough money, never. And I've definitely had like up months where I felt like, okay, things are going somewhere. And I've been listening to a lot of like Florence Scovel and Abraham Hicks and all of those things, but I still feel like, like I said, like even with the spirituality, this big block in front of me that no matter what I do, it's just not moving. Sergeant and everything and myself, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm just living in survival still. And I wanted to know, like, is there anything specific that you can see that I'm not doing? Or is it part of the same
Stop living in
like learn
survival.
how to play?
Yeah, it's a choice. Yeah.
Stop living in survival. Find worthiness. Because you have an overactive mind and you can't settle down, you're externalizing all of your different choices.
Yeah.
So it is just part of the same thing.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
And when you do all of that shit, everything will balance out. All of that will be easier. So instead of focusing on that, do the stuff you need to do first, then that will balance out. Everything will be, you'll receive more and see more clarity and feel more inspired when you actually get the work done on yourself and actually relax.
It's almost a case of stop some of that, all the studying and the spiritual stuff you're doing, and just live. Just find some joy in a normal life without being so heavily into the spiritual stuff, or having to fix yourself like that, or having to have that abundance. Because when you let go of the outcome, the need for the outcome, when you let go of all that, life flows. But you're a little way from that nice flow that you can get into if you just let go of everything else. Just let go and just live and just find happiness and joy where you can. Like, be a kid, like Andrew said, get rid of the serious stuff. I've been there, Tara. I know exactly how it is. I've been there. And I'm still working on
Laura's
letting
removed a
go.
few stumps in her time.
Yeah, I know. I'm still. As soon as I let go, the magic happens. Yeah, as soon as I let go of the trying energy, it's this earnest trying energy that is that's what's causing the blocks. Let go and find some happiness, some joy in what you do.
And the fear, does that ever go away?
The fear.
Or like, do you just learn? Yeah, because like that's
If
what's
you
I'm
find
like, okay,
worth, if you
today I'm just gonna.
no, if you find worth, the fear will go away.
Yeah.
Right now, you're living off of fear. That is your food. Your daily food is fear. That's what's keeping you alive right now. And that's why life is the way it is right now. You can't live off of fear frequency. You need to
Sure,
process what we've
thank
said
you.
and go back and listen and re-listen, listen and re-listen, listen and re-listen, and probably actually transcribe word for word what we've all said to you. And what you'll discover is you will edit the words that we're saying so that you don't are successful. Your mind will change words, and you have to go word by word by word by word and watch yourself try to break the frequency of the words we're giving you. Anything more we give you is going to come back to what's going on from the very beginning. You are not worthy.
Yeah.
But
All
you're,
right,
but
down. Go and
Just one more
process.
question.
Go and
Yeah.
process this. No. You've. Anything else, as I said, is going to
Okay.
come back to you're not worthy.
Time for
Okay.
empowerment
Okay.
now. Tara, you can do it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
thank
You're
you.
welcome. Have a
I
good
love you
one.
Bye,
guys so
Tara.
See
much.
you later.
You're
Thanks
so
for calling in,
awesome.
Tara.
And you.
Bye bye.
And you, Tara. Bye.
So we next have on, we've got Jeff. Hello, Jeff. Are you there?
Hey, friends.
Hey,
Jeff.
Jeff. How's it going?
I'm doing great, guys. Hey. So my question is, what responsibility do we have to our parallel reality selves?
Nothing.
Okay.
Ooh.
I love it.
Nothing.
I feel like there was one
Next
that.
question.
Okay, I can do another question, but yeah. Question. What is like a mature understanding of free will? I feel like I've been doing a lot of work recently on reclaiming my free will, and
We talked about free will in the webinar.
right.
That's one of the best explanations you're going to get when it comes to free will.
Okay.
Free will is an individual choice, and free will is also a deep understanding of the 30,000 foot point of view. And you are responsible for your level of awareness, and your level of awareness is equal to your responsibility, which is part of the equation for worthiness, the equation for free will. Are you worthy to use your free will or not? And the
Right.
equation of free will is based off of our levels of awareness and our responsibilities to it.
Yeah.
When we want to make positive, life-changing processes within us, we have to commit to that journey. And that commitment is not mystical. Courage is not mystical. They're individual choices that summon an inner strength to be sovereign in yourself to make those changes.
Yeah, something I noticed where it's like there was a part of me that it was like using struggle and fear to survive and just using that to feed off. It could always manifest negative outcomes or negative expectations, and I could always construct a reality for which that was true for me, but I really just had to just say like what if I just decided to construct a reality that was different from that I believed in, and I can choose to believe in that reality, a positive one. So I feel like June for me was really like a spiritual bankruptcy in a way. I filed like spiritual personal bankruptcy, and I have just been sort of undergoing like a rehab lately, where I'm just kind of like trying out fun things and doing fun things and putting myself out there just to like live a little.
That's why in some of the sessions I talked to you before is you got to get out and go places and do things and find those pilgrimages and find those friends to do that. It was a vital part of your spiritual growth, and it's still. And in fact, you're probably doing too much spiritual work and not enough of the other part of living life work.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, I think I've made some improvements lately, but yeah, it is something I realize is like
Yeah,
it's
but
not just about
when I
healing.
when I look at your energy, okay, there is not dopamine releases around community as people who feed back energy to you.
Hmm.
Okay, you don't
Right.
have a group of people to hang out with and metaphorically play board games with like you were in a kid.
Right.
You need that in your life. Okay,
Hmm.
maybe it's time to sponsor gaming night at your house, invite people over, or find something similar to that concept where there's that friendship of competition. It's not competing against each other for a negative, it's just having fun with each other. Yeah, we went and played this game, and you know what, hell yeah, I beat you, you beat me. Or that's one of the reasons I play World of Warcraft is because there's a bunch of people I can play with
Hmm.
and have fun with, and just let down and not have to be Andrew the Galactic Historian.
Can I ask, Jeff, what do you do to actually let down and relax? Because it's like, as I'm reading you, it's like there's a competition in yourself where you can't actually fully let down and relax and let go.
Oh yeah, like pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's like you compete
Yeah.
with yourself to do it, and you kick yourself out of that state all the time. It's like you're about to go into it, but then all of a sudden something will come into you and kick you out. What type of practices do you actually do to fully let go
So
and surrender?
I feel like I am in the midst of like learning that and allowing myself to learn that currently, because for a long time I just wouldn't. I was just single-mindedly focused on this path, and it was frankly miserable. And so like I'm currently just trying to allow myself to do new things. Like I went to ecstatic dance a few days ago, just to like not judge myself, like just allow myself to move in a group of people, like what's that like? And then the other day I went to the beach, just to like, what would it be like if I just like didn't judge my body, and like I just allowed myself to just be, and accepted myself, so I think I'm just kind of doing certain things that old me definitely would never have done, and seeing where that kind of, if that leads me to the next step.
And
Do you
maybe
have? Do you have a? Do you have? Oh, sorry, Amy. Go ahead.
I just wanted to tell him that maybe the next step is to take someone with you next time instead
Hmm.
of going to these places by yourself.
Yeah.
Take people. Yeah.
When you were younger, did you ever do LAN parties?
No, not really. I've been to a couple when I was younger, but it wasn't like a habitual thing.
Do you have any friends that would be interested in the LAN party?
Potentially. We're all kind of.
Or have you abandoned those friends?
I have somewhat abandoned them because I didn't necessarily know how to relate to them anymore. And yeah, yeah.
So you judged them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would be true. Yeah.
So you do have something in common. You need to be able to disconnect with them. Okay?
Hmm.
You need to reconnect to those people.
Okay.
Okay? LAN parties are a great way to do it, or get in the cycle of online gaming with them, or physical gaming, Dungeons and Dragons, tabletop gaming. Even if you're gaming with people on Zoom, that's a new big thing to do. Role playing.
Hmm.
Okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
So
You,
free
you,
will,
you,
Jeff. Oh, sorry, Andrew, go on.
you overjudge yourself too.
I do. Yeah. I realized I had to, like June, I was holding on to an idealism, and I had to really surrender. I had essentially, it's like these are not mine to hold. Like these aren't for me to hold, and I just had to I just need to allow myself to find out who I am, like who I really am, without like having these preconceived notions or expectations for myself.
So, Jeff, so how we use our free will is based on the choices we make. And for you, you could look at your choices and whether they make you feel better. It's really quite simple in some ways. Do the choices make you feel good?
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had a part of me that wouldn't let me enjoy anything, and I've been working with that part, and it's gotten better. I do think it's gotten better, but it is a part of me that just, for some reason, enjoyed or only trusted struggle, or was only comfortable and familiar with struggle. So I'm really just like, to me, an ideal day would be like not having that single worry come, like, and literally doing anything and not having a worry come in my mind, and me having to like wrestle with it, or whatever. But yeah.
It feels to
So
me.
then there's the choice to wipe that particular worry from your mind, isn't it? And that
Right.
again is using your free will to make that choice. I think Andrew's talked about to wipe out things that you don't want there using the galactic sun. You can see the galactic sun shining there. Wipe out that, make that choice to do that, and then make that sovereign free will choice to think of something else or bring something else into your reality. Free will is about setting up your own reality.
Yeah, I think one thing I realized is I can change the narratives that I tell myself, and
Yeah.
I've been playing with that recently.
Also, Jeff, to me, this is my opinion, but I see your brain move so fast.
Yep.
Fast that you talk yourself into something like, oh, I'm going to go do this, and it just automatically talks you right out of it, faster than you can even think about it. It feels to me like it moves that fast.
It's like he's strategizing, and it's about you now return. There's always a strategy with yourself, and you actually, it's going back to that kind of like simplicity of self-love, like just the basics teachings of self-love. Because it's like when you're about to do something, you strategize something, then it takes you off to another path, to the next path, and you actually completely forget about yourself.
Yeah, and you're confused, and it just, I feel that really. I can feel that now.
No, yeah, I agree. Every time before I would like do something, it would be like me imagining how it goes and the ways that it could go, and it's like, yeah.
It's like, I'll forget about it. I don't.
Yeah.
Have you heard us talk about the inner dickhead?
Yeah.
There we go.
What do you think you can do to slow?
He has a twin inner dickhead.
A twin.
Yeah.
How do you think you can outsmart your brain? What would be a good? Only you know your brain. So if you can think about how do you slow it down? Like,
it's almost like I wish I could turn it off. You know what I mean? It's like I don't know that I can outsmart it. It's always coming up with things that it's always bringing things up to the front that.
Hence
or maybe you just need to tell it to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How's your red card? Are your dreams like that too, or do you really shut your brain off when you're?
No, I mean, I do get a number of dreams, and I don't necessarily understand them all or why I necessarily have some of the ones that I do. But sometimes I think if I'm like really tired, so I've been exercising recently. So I went on a run, and also I've been doing my rowing recently. And if I'm tired, then I will definitely not remember my dreams, or my dreams will just seem hazier. And so like maybe that's more restful sleep, but I don't know.
All right, I'm going to invite you to come play World of Warcraft with us on Friday nights.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just contact
I think we're
us
on the same
chat and
server, actually. Are you on Sagaris?
No, I'm on Kel'Thuzad.
Oh, no, I might be on. Oh, yeah, we'll see. Okay.
We can still play with you. They have cross-server. They allow cross-server playing now.
Okay. Yeah, I'll join.
We insult everyone on a regular basis. I don't know if you listen to any of our game streams.
Yeah, I've watched a few actually.
we have fun with our characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm not max level. I did play Dragonflight for a little bit, but I'm pretty close to max level. I think I'm like 78 or something, or whatever it is.
Well, we don't really play around with the high levels. I mean, we still have we have high levels, but right now we're just trying to get a bunch of characters to a different level, so we always have something fun to do on our Fridays.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Like the other day, we all started level 1 monks, so we had 5 monks, and then we did 5 druids, and then we did 5 warriors, and we just blasted through the game. It's had a lot of fun.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
I have a question. Jeff. So you came on and you asked that first question, right?
Yeah.
the parallel, are we responsible
Right.
for our parallel? Okay, so who was that asking that question? Was that your brain?
I had a dream
Or was
about a
that-
month ago that was strange, and then had like a presence, I think, a few days ago that seemed like it was from that dream, and I was just like, why is it influencing my reality? And so I just had a conversation with it, and I'm like, I can't do what you're asking, you know, or whatever. And so I was just wondering, like, well, how should I, if I was interacting with a parallel version of myself, how should I interact with myself, you know? But
Mhm.
and what should or should I not do for myself, so to speak, right?
You are not responsible for your other parallel selves. You are responsible to your level of awareness, and your level of awareness is equal to your level of responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You got to make that an internal brain mantra.
Mhm.
Do not work beyond your ability to be responsible to it. Otherwise, you find yourself working in territories that have far more weighted challenges than you're able to be responsible for.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, thank you very much. I don't
Yeah.
actually have any other questions currently, but these are all good
Hey, man.
ideas, and I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in.
Thanks, Steph. Bye, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you soon. So if you're wanting to call into the show, the link is in the chat. How are you all doing, guys? Really good show so far.
Yeah,
I'm doing good.
Doing good.
doing good. It looks like
Anyone else there, Dale? Is anyone else in the
not at the
chat?
moment. So if you're wanting to come in to have a reading, so the link is in the chat for you. Just come into the Restream room for a reading. We dare you, chicken shits.
I see HSP Innovators says, how do we call in?
The link, just click on the link or
On
copy
the
it
link.
into your URL.
Come on in, HSP.
So, guys.
Yeah.
So.
I was going to ask, interesting how people forget to eat.
It's not interesting. It's a
Not
hard and
interesting to
human.
me.
It's a hard and human fact.
Yeah.
I see it so often, and it's for so many people. It's a fundamental internal character flaw
Mm-hmm.
or spiritual flaw, whatever. It's a flaw, and they justify the not eating for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go.
Women do it more than men.
Yeah.
But women deal with a different set of emotions than men do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we've got a caller, guys.
Oh, okay.
Laurie Ann, sorry, is coming on. Hello, Laurie Ann, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
Good.
Great.
How
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ottawa, Canada. It's not the US, but
It's okay. We had a call from South Africa earlier.
oh, cool. I think I'm hearing two people talking at the same time.
Do you have something in the background playing the show?
I'm here.
We're not getting any echo from you, so I don't hear any echo.
Were you watching the show on something else and on this? That might be the echo.
Yeah, that happened to me.
No.
Are you still getting the echo now?
It was like it was pre-recorded or something. I was watching the show on something else. Let me close that one. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There we go. That's the aha moment right there.
We got there. We got there.
We've got that. I've done that.
Well, I mean, this was really spontaneous. Actually, I was in the middle of a work day and I saw my YouTube live come on, the notification. I was like, oh, cool. Let me join. I have a little bit of time to free up here. So I just really
What do you do for work?
wanted to. My title is Network Operations Specialist. I monitor people's voice networks, their telephony and stuff like that. Yeah. Work is good. I have no complaints about work. I don't feel like I want to develop though.
Okay. So what questions do
I
you
like
have
the
for us?
status quo. Actually, my question is really about my mother-in-law. She's 76. She's got dementia. And the whole family is kind of, trying to figure out how to handle her. But my husband's really stressed about her. And it just feels like this is the biggest thing that's happening in my life right now is my...
I'm gonna use a metaphor for you.
Mhm.
Your mother-in-law is a prickly porcupine.
Yes.
But the porcupine is one of the kindest animals out there.
Yes.
You will never be stung by its quills if you trust it and it trusts you.
Mhm.
The quills only go when there's fear. Your husband is afraid to take action. The family is afraid to take action. And internally, to take action, but you're afraid that her quills will go up and she'll reject your statements, and then the family will be diametrically opposed to the truth of what needs to happen next.
Right.
That
Right. I
she
feel like
needs
she's
to have care 24/7, and the family cannot do it because they're not capable of doing the type of care that she actually needs.
Correct. I agree with that completely.
Okay. And they're all toiling with who's going to do it, who's going to get stuck with taking care of mom.
Yeah. So they do have a memory care center lined up for this Friday coming
To actually put her in a center?
to put her in a center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have they tried this before?
Yes. But no, I say yes, but no, because it was a completely different scenario. The last time they tried to put her in a facility, it wasn't a memory care center where she really needed a memory care center. So she kept trying to escape through the fire escape route. So they rejected her. But no,
the same thing's going to happen to this next place. If she's an escaper,
yeah.
The facility is going to kick her out within 5 months.
Oh no.
Their insurance cannot handle it.
Okay.
Okay. And you need to confront your husband, not the family,
okay,
and say, inevitably they're going to come up with this again. She needs to go to a full care Alzheimer's dementia ward that has memory care.
Okay.
With tracking devices that they put on the patients.
Oh, tracking devices. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
If she's an escape artist, their insurance can't handle it. Literally, their insurance. One police report a year, literally, they could lose their medical insurance.
I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to deal with this because my grandmother, she wasn't an escaper, but she would sit at the chair right at the front desk waiting for the taxi to come.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah. And
but after 6 weeks, she began to forget about the journey and enjoyed being there.
Okay.
Your mother-in-law is not going to be one of those.
Okay.
And you need to begin counseling your partner about this. And the best way for the family to deal with it is, how many family members live close?
Her sister's, 15 minutes away. She has a niece as well that's close by.
And
we're the closest.
Children?
My husband and I, we're 15 minutes away.
So really only 3 people that can visit.
And she has a committed friend who, she's committed. So she 4. Visits her. Yeah, 4 of us.
All right. You guys need to have a rotating schedule. Somebody goes Monday, somebody goes Wednesday, somebody goes Friday, and somebody goes Saturday or Sunday or Saturday, Sunday.
Okay.
And so she doesn't go more than a full day and a half without seeing someone.
Okay.
And you need to bring food with you, even if it's just nibbles, whatever, so that there's something left in the room with her. Okay, even if she doesn't remember who brought it, it's something that she's like, and then if they allow her room to be decorated, decorate her room with as much of her own stuff as possible.
Right.
And just be prepared that this escape artist is going to continue.
Okay.
And there's no way for you to counsel her out of it.
No.
But you can counsel your husband. You can counsel your partner. And get him ready for the inevitability that it's going to be challenging.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay. Okay. So I have a lot to put in perspective, and I can feel organized when talking, and that's a great idea about the rotating schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll keep in contact, on WhatsApp or whatever, and you could trade days around and make sure somebody's always bringing something with them.
Right.
It could be flowers too. It can be something from her house. Every week you guys bring something new and leave it there if they're allowed to have full room decorations.
Okay. Good. That helps me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't really. Sorry?
Do you have any more questions at all?
Not really. No, I don't. This is the only thing that's really happening in my life that's a little stressful, and I know it's very stressful.
You're lucky. You're lucky.
I mean, it's funny. Not a lot of things stress me out, but I don't like this. Yeah.
That's a good thing.
That's what everybody says. People like having me around, but my son has a friend who moved in with us just after his 18th birthday because his mom kicked him out. He had nowhere to go. So he ended up with us. And he even had a broken leg when his mom kicked him out. So we took him in. And one of the conditions is that he tries to work when his leg got better. And he completes his high school diploma. Those were the only two conditions.
Is his leg better? Is his leg better yet, or what?
Yes, it is. It healed quite well, and he's joined jiu-jitsu, and apparently he's doing really well in jiu-jitsu. And
does he have a job?
No, that's the problem. That he's terrible at keeping jobs. My son has really had it over his head. He's like, okay, I want to kick him out. He doesn't want his friend here anymore because now he feels like he's taking advantage of us.
How long's he been there now?
2 years.
Oh yeah, it's that taking advantage level.
Yeah, because he's 20 now, so we're giving him the okay. You have 2 weeks to find a full-time job and contribute some money towards the household by August 1st, or that's it. He's going to move on. Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. So I'm at ease with that. And I'm okay with that.
Yep.
But he's terrible.
You gave him 2 years of care to turn his life around. And
he did. And he got his high school diploma, and I'm very happy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that Brandon was one of something that was more abnormal. We did now have custody of my mother-in-law's dog. And he's a little Lulu, but he's all right. He barks a lot. Gonna try. So no, I don't have any more questions. And I just wanted to say I really enjoy your show. I do pop in every now and then and try to listen as much as I can. And I really do appreciate everything that you guys say and do.
Thank you.
Thanks
we
for
appreciate
calling.
you too. Thanks for
Thank you,
calling in.
Laurie.
Okay.
Thank you. Speak soon.
Thank
So
you.
we have next on, we have Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Are you there?
Hello, everyone. It's an honor to be on here with you. I'm really surprised I got in.
Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Hudson, Wisconsin. USA.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what questions do you have for us?
Two quick ones. Basically, about 10 years ago, I started doing energy healing work, and I was trained on remote viewing. And after a couple of months of doing those things, I went to a group meditation where at one point there was probably about 20 of us meditating, and we were in a circle holding hands. And I saw, a few minutes into it, I saw the Kuiper Belt region of our solar system, and saw this huge, I guess you could say a mothership, but mostly what I could see was like a white glowing ball of light. And then I got the impression that there were, 20 plus different races there. And so I'm curious if any of you have seen that, part of our solar system and gotten anything similar to that.
Trained you how did you train in remote viewing? Where did you go training for?
Basically, for about 3 years before that, this guy, Courtney Brown, he's a PhD. I forgot what it's in, but he has
I know who Courtney is.
Yeah, he has a remote viewing website. So I did a lot of his training videos. I read his book, Cosmic Explorers, I think it was.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then I practiced and remote viewed the Draco reptilian homeworld from the coordinates out of his book, just to see if I could do it a little bit later. So it's like, all right, well, I guess I can do this. And that's a whole nother story there. But mostly his work. And then I did follow some of Russell Targ's instructions that I'd seen in a few YouTube videos. And also in 2015, a friend of mine from Sweden, her name's Jenny. She does some amazing energy healing work too. She's really psychic and all that. And she went over a few things with me, and I basically practiced on 3 different targets. Saw Mars and beach in Brazil. It was kind of funny, kind of random. So,
before we get into the ball of light and the Kuiper Belt,
sure.
How often do you practice your remote viewing?
It's been a couple of months. Around that time, probably like twice a week. And then whenever I send Reiki to people or, their pets or whatnot, I automatically do it. Like I'll see the area, I'll see where they're at, I'll see, their house and
But you're not following the standard protocols of entering the space, and you're not having a secondary observation person with you.
I've only had the secondary observation person with me like twice. So yeah, usually I write down someone's birth information, their full birth name and their date of birth. And I focus on that after I've been meditating for a few minutes, and that's how I tune into them. Or that's how I tune into the location.
Hold on. Stop calling that remote viewing.
Sure. Okay.
That's not remote viewing.
Mm-hmm.
It will help you greater to give it a different terminology.
Okay.
Now, during your experience, you were with a group of people that were mass meditating. Why had they gathered? What was the reason of everybody doing it?
Oh, basically, it was a group called Spirit Walkers in St. Paul, Minnesota, where I used to live. And we would get together, and there'd be different healers, some shamans there. And one person would talk about astrology for like the months. Another person would talk about herbs, things like that. And then there'd be like group meditation. There'd be, shaman drumming circle afterward. And, it was a very positive get together.
And how far into the group meditation did the Kuiper Belt image appear?
I would
right
say
away, deep into it?
I would say probably about 2 minutes into it. Yeah, I think about 2 minutes into it.
And did you talk to the 20 different races that were there? Or did you just get that as an upload of wisdom?
I got it as an upload, and then I saw a couple of flash images of what I believed was like a reptilian humanoid, a feline humanoid, and an insectoid being.
All right. Once again, you're not remote viewing that. You're doing a different psychic skill.
Okay. All right.
Have you ever tried to go and look again?
No, I haven't. I should. I did break out with a pendulum a couple of times, just to see what kind of yes or no answers I would get, and it's blocked. Whenever I try to do that, it just nothing. I don't get an answer.
My advice to you is you need to disregard the pendulum for your work.
Okay.
It's not going to lead you into the direction that you want.
Cool.
This is about solidifying inner validation without external validation.
Sure.
Before I give you anything about the Kuiper Belt and the things there, I'm going to say you need to regularly revisit that image, attempting remote viewing the way you were trained with a person,
Okay.
and then doing it without the remote viewing protocols, and understand there's two different forms of observation and communication that's going on there. And you need to learn to separate the two, or they're going to blend and confuse the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And that's actually what happened during your journey. During that time, you were letting down, you were having fun, you were with friends, people that you felt and trust, and a psychic skill turned on through the lens of remote viewing. So it didn't give you a complete form of communication. The group, when they were all circled in hands, it raised a frequency inside you that activated a part of your DNA that has high-level communications with these beings in your dream space. So your consciousness entered Delta dream space, and these beings deal with you on a regular basis in dream, but you're not consciously aware of them as the awakened dream human. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, it does. Yeah, that goes into my second question whenever you're done.
Okay. So you did experience them. They are real. But you're also at a now what stage. And for the fact that it didn't prima facie appear to you that I should go and remote view it and try it again and again, meaning there's something inside you that's not fully trusting you.
Yep. Skeptical.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's more than skeptical. Okay? It's more than skeptical. It's almost a debilitative aspect of skepticism.
Yeah, like I'm doubting being able to do that and see that kind of thing.
Let's say doubt is not a serious enough word.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
It's easy to do pets and healing and stuff like that, but there's a responsibility that comes with communicating with beings off-world who could very easily present you with information that could be completely life-altering to you, which could change the course of your pre-planned human journey, could lead you down a path of a decade of not doing what you were supposed to be doing on this world. Or it could be what you're supposed to be doing in this world. But somehow, some way, you bypassed the dream space, the awakened space, and went into the dream space while you were in the connected hands from the high frequency. So, is that meant to happen? The answer is yes. But it's always going to be now what, now what, now what. After every experience, now what, now what? What's the strategy? What's the plan? And you can no longer operate on the no plan when it comes to your skill set that's beginning to develop, out of baby steps and into adult capacity to use it for the good.
Yep, that's spot on. Yep.
Okay. What's your other question?
Yeah, basically, I wanted to mention that part of it where you said, like, how do you use this for the benefit of humanity? Because I've had interactions with the Greys, 2 other times when I remote viewed, or I guess maybe partially remote viewed. One of the times I had spoken with, I had remote viewed the Draco homeworld. This reptilian female showed me all these images of their planet, their society. And a little bit later, like a month later, I remote viewed Cirrus A or B, I don't remember which one, and an interaction with a feline humanoid. She told me they were cousins of our race and they try to help us when they can. And So it's like, how do I use these things, to help the planet? And
You don't. You're not at
okay,
that level of responsibility yet. You haven't
okay,
mastered the skill enough. You haven't developed the inner healing skills for you, or skills that you want to, advanced skills you want to use on clients before you work with high energy beings. You got to give the due diligence time of mastering the communication skills here physically first. And while at the same time dual tracking, yes, I can communicate. Now I need to make friends up there. I need to know what life is like for them. I don't need to know the galactic information that's going to change the universe right now. I need to learn
sure,
how to trust this being and trust myself that I'm actually communicating with this being. You need to learn how to become friends with them and them to become friends with you through a state of communicative trust.
sure.
So
Yeah,
you
I
really
mean,
need to know the
yeah.
trivial things about them, not the
Hmm.
super galactic super questions all the time. You got to learn to just be with them.
Would you even recommend that with like the short gray type aliens? Like I had interaction with them in probably like 1994, and I've kind of bounced back and forth with, okay, do I try to communicate with these ETs or just kind of put it off to the side? Is it really going to help
So,
my life or
so
benefit
30
humanity?
years ago, so 30 years ago, you had a communication, and you're
Yeah,
wanting to know if a communication from 30 years ago is still valid today.
yeah, pretty much. Can I
You don't
have
see
the
the error. You don't see the error in that logic.
hmm, yeah, I guess.
In 30 years, you never tried again.
Well, I kind of I had quite a few years where I wasn't sure if it really happened. Was it my imagination? Was I just dreaming it? But when you said things communicating with me in the dreamscape or dream reality, I thought, well, maybe that was it. So,
Still, 30
mhm.
years, you never retried.
No, not to communicate with them.
Okay. You need to pick one,
Okay.
not the Dracos.
Hmm.
They're gonna end up fucking you in the ass hard. Okay. You're gonna be a spiritual prison, carrying a spiritual prison wallet for them. Okay.
No thanks. Yep. Okay.
All right. You need to work with beings here on Earth first.
Okay.
Okay. You need to work with your healing guides and guardians. Build up that communicated and trust. And you know, the fact that you learned remote viewing from a guy that's a UFO experiencer, that was meant to happen. But over these last many years, you were supposed to refine the skill, and you haven't. You're at a stage now where you have to have a hardened commitment and courage to develop the two separate skills, the raw psychic in you and the remote viewer. They are two different modalities.
Yep.
Okay, it would be a really good idea for you to look up who is that group, they got the big university for remote viewing. What's the name of that place?
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name either.
Something institute. I forgot.
Okay.
They regularly have remote viewing classes that you go to. You need to go to a remote viewing class.
Like the Monroe Institute?
Yeah, Monroe Institute. That's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Very good for you to do. Go to an actual class. Okay.
Okay.
Sit with the teachers, sit with the other people, see their firms of experience, and solidify the protocols in you, and just let your raw psychic side develop while you're doing Reiki, while you're trying to develop a clientele and work with this world. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of the work that you guys do, and I've been following everything you've all been doing for about 3 years now. So
Let me ask you a
thank you.
question. What do you do
You're
for
welcome.
work?
Oh, what do I do for work? I'm an ELL teacher. I teach middle school to high school during the week, and then I try to do a couple Reiki sessions a week. Sometimes I do expos in Mankato, Minnesota, with two of my friends that are shaman healers, and also do Reiki as well.
All right. it would be a really good idea for you to go and have some rolfingdom, ROLFING. Do you know what that is?
Yes, I do.
Do a 10 series. And then
Okay.
after that, it would be a very, very good idea for you to go and learn the next modality that you want. It can be hypnosis, quantum healing, quantum touch, cranial sacral therapy, myofascial release. You need to start adding to your skill base.
Okay.
Okay? And make it a journey. Every year you add another skill base to yourself.
All right.
Even
I
if you
will.
want to do
That's
2 or 3 a year, that's fine. Expand the skill base. Because you're at a stage where hyper growth and hyper non growth can happen in you. And you're at a stage you have to initiate the growth so you can have hyper growth.
okay. Yeah, that all makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Okay?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. You guys take care.
Yeah, thank you,
Yeah,
Thomas.
take it easy.
Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for
Bye.
calling in, Thomas. Take care. So, guys, we are at the end of the show. What a great show.
Yes, very
Yes.
fun.
So for those listening as well, we appreciate if you could subscribe, drop a comment, drop a like. We really appreciate all your support, and thank you for listening. Laura, how can people get hold of you for sessions and so on?
Okay, so if you're stuck on your spiritual journey, if you'd like me to help you, give you a kick up the backside in a gentle way, reconnect with your ancestors, or connect with your ancestors because they're always there, or go to your ancestral fire. I've got so many different shamanic skills that I can teach you. So look up twofeathersmedicine.com or contact me by email, Laura2feathers with the number 2 @gmail.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura. Andrew?
You go to my website, andrewbartzis.com. I've got all my information there. You can book a session with me. You could also look up our live event we're going to be having in October, and it's up in the QR code in the top left corner.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Andrew. Amy?
Yes, you can reach me at the UCM community with, there's an echo, with David Ellis and I at community.universalcitizentv.com. And you can reach me by email at pinkmoonlodgepodcast@gmail.com.
Thank you. So if you'd like a psychic surgery with myself, you'd like me to psychically remove the stump out your ass, head over to daletobin.com. I'm also running a psychic surgery training on the July the 13th and 14th. So if you'd like to learn psychic surgery with me as well, head over to the website with all the information on there. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening and watching. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Take it easy.